All right, well, welcome back. So, we're going to talk about now how you get funded. How does a funding agent get paid? Because it's what everybody really wants to know, right? So, I'm going to give you realistic numbers, no hype, no income promises, or anything like that. So, in this video, we're going to talk about how funding agents actually get paid, not the hype version, not the Instagram version, just realistic numbers, how the math works, and what to expect if you decide to explore this further. Um, there are no income promises here, just mechanics that I'm talking about here. All right. So, the first thing that I want you to understand is that what we're trying to do with our agent, at least what I'm trying to do with our agents, is to show them how they can replace their income. And if you look at the income they may currently getting now, if they're working a job or something like that, even if they're on welfare. So if you look at these income statements and balance sheets that you see here, if you're a poor person, and like I said, this is a free business opportunity, so you ain't gonna pay to get involved in it. Your income is you get it from welfare, maybe a job, whatever it is, working poor. And you pay your expenses and your money's gone. And you're trading your time for money. If you're somebody who's in the middle class, you maybe make a little more money, have a few more liabilities that you got to pay before you pay your expenses. And what we're going to be teaching you, because of the mistake that a lot of people make, is that they're focused on the income in the beginning more so than learning the process. So this is an educational process that you have to go through. And the whole idea is to teach you how to create assets in your asset column that pay you. And that's starting with a funding business. So it gets to a point where that money is coming in even when you don't have clients. And that's what we want to teach you how to do. That being said, you may be asking, well, how often am I paid, Ben? Well, usually within 48 hours and monthly, because most commissions are paid within a few days after a deal funds. Once DAC is paid, which is a funding platform that we use with our lenders, while team bonuses are paid monthly. So in the beginning, let me just go to that slide. In the beginning, you may have seen this before, and a lot of people know that I use, if you're not familiar with Rich Dad or Robert Kiyosaki, the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, this is the cash flow quadrant. And the reason why I use a lot of these symbols is because I used to be an official Rich Dad Cash Club for over leader for over 10 years. And the cash flow quadrant, if you're not familiar with it, E stands for someone who's an employee. They trade their time for money. S is someone who is self-employed. It could be a doctor, lawyer, professional ball player, baseball, basketball, football, whatever. And they're still trading their time for money. And they're usually very smart, very independent, very skilled. And B is a business owner, 500 employees or more, gets people working for them. I, as an investor, gets money working for them. So they make the money in the business column or quadrant, and then they take that money in the investor quadrant and invest in other businesses or whatever. So most of you are either going to be, or you're going to be starting out as an employee. You have a job, or you may be self-employed. So let's just say you start out as an employee. Here it is, you're working a job, and we're going to move you down here to the S quadrant to get you started as an agent, to train you how to go out there and network and talk to other business owners. And you're going to get paid that way. So you won't make money unless what? You get a client, right? That you refer to our in house support, who will find them the loan that best fits them or the funding that best fits them. So, that being the case, once you get proficient at that, and that usually can take 30 days or so to know whether or not this is a good fit for you. And then at that point, we will start teaching you how to transfer over to the right side of the quadrant where big business owner, 500 employees or more. And a lot of people are like, whoa, 500 employees? I might have 500 employees. Well, your 500 employees would be independent agents because then at that point in time, we're teaching you how to build a team in systems because you can't build a team unless you have good systems in place. So this is what I mean about learning the process. Starting out here, we're just going to teach you how to do lead generation and communicate with small business owners who may need funding. So you can get paid immediately, right? Within 48 hours or so when you close the deal. When you get over to the right side of the quadrant, you still get that within 40, 50 hours, but the commissions that are paid off from overrides, or you want to say residuals from other agents you may bring aboard, that's where you get paid on a monthly for those. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, give you an example. Let's just say you do $100,000 funding with a small business owner, and here's the commission breakdown. You get 100,000, and it's 10% bonus revenue. So 10% of 100,000 is what? 10,000. That is split between you as an agent and our DAC lending platform is split. They get 6%, you get 40%. So you get paid 4,000 just for referring. You don't have to shuffle any paperwork. You don't have to do any of that stuff. All you got to do is kind of act as a guide to the small business owner, referring them and supporting them with connecting them to our lenders. Very simple. Okay. And that's how you're going to get paid within 40 hours. And then if you have a team, you're going to get paid overrides like 15%, stuff like that. I don't need to get into that now. But that's how you get paid. So I'm going to say, what is the catch? Well, there's not many. And here's the deal. This is not a salaried role, and there are no guarantees. There's no base pay and no one chasing you. It is performance based and skill driven. For the right person, that's exactly why this works. So you have to decide whether this is something is going to be able to fit for you. And if you are interested, this is what we suggest. The first step that you need to take to be able to get more info is you go to bizfundingagent.com and take our agent evaluation, see if becoming a funding agent is the right thing for you. That's what you want to do at this point. So that's the end of this presentation to give you an idea about how the pay goes. And I will talk to you again soon on the next video.